Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport 6, and today we're dealing with the 2016 Mercedes-AMG C63 S Coupe. Now I know I broadly covered this on the review of the car pack that this car was released with, but since it is 2016 and there's only 3 cars you can choose from that year, and this being the only one you can in-depth look at, as in under the bonnet, in the boot as well, then I chose this one. And yeah, I still think this is a cracking car, which we'll get into in a bit. But yeah, this can also be justifiably compared to the Mercedes-AMG GT S, that coupe that that sports car coupe that we reviewed a fair while ago. And yeah, this is a full-on coupe though. Got some back seats in the rear end, and yeah, it can be compared to that car because they both have the same engine. They're both under the same Mercedes-AMG moniker, and they both roughly accelerate and have roughly the same top speed. So yeah, let's start looking at the engine, because like I said, it is the same as the one in the Mercedes-AMG GT S. Same 4-litre V8 twin turbo, but this one is slightly different. It has the same amount of horsepower, 503 horsepower. But thanks to a higher boost on the turbochargers, it's got slightly more torque at 516, which is 37 more than the Mercedes GTS. So yeah, it's got more power, more torque, and same power, and it needs it, quite frankly, because it weighs 3,968 pounds, which is 395 more than that Mercedes GTS. Which I guess you'd expect, considering this is a way bigger car and is more practical as well. Not only does it have back seats, but it also has a bigger boot. So yeah, that's partly why it weighs more. It's also a fairly good looking car inside as well. Certainly lavishly equipped. So yeah, we're going to take this onto the track. I'll compare it more to the Mercedes GTS. Yeah, see you when we get there. Alright, we're at Sebring International Raceway. We'll drive it on the first lap and talk through it on the second lap. So yeah, this car is easily one of my faves on the game, and yeah, especially in terms of ones that are practical and have a great sounding engine. The only other one I can think of that kind of comes close is the Lexus RCF, though I personally think this is a better looking car, and I think it weighs a bit less or around the same as it, but it has way more power than that anyway, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, comparing this to the GTS, like I said, it is justifiable, and mainly down to the fact that it does have the same engine, though more torque, like I said, and having this engine in this kind of car is brilliant, quite frankly, because you get the awesome amount of power, the great sound, etc. But it's in a practical, good looking body at the same time. And though I think the GTS is a better looking car than this, I still think this is easily one of the better modern Mercedes out there in terms of looks. I really like this curved rear end thing they're going for at the moment. It's better looking in terms of it's better accentuated on the GTS, but it still looks pretty damn good on this as well. Right, in terms of acceleration, this car will do 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, 0 to 100 in 8.8, which is really good, and it'll do 193 mph at the top end. Now, admittedly, that is roughly the same as the GTS, but the GTS just pips it, because that'll do 0 to 60 in 3.46 seconds. Yeah, and then 0 to 100 in 8.4 seconds, and that'll do 198. But in all fairness, that isn't really a big enough margin really to hate on this car, because yeah, this is a more practical car, it's a bigger car, and to be only that slightly down on that GTS is a remarkable piece of engineering, quite frankly. And plus it's latched to this, easily one of the best V8s ever made as far as I'm concerned. And even though it does have more torque because of a higher boost pressure, you still can't really hear those turbos, so you get to enjoy all of that V8 noise, which is easily one of the best sounding engines as well ever made as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it doesn't handle as well and or as brake as well as that GTS, but it's really marginal, quite frankly, and when it's as practical and as good looking as this, you really can't complain. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.